Like in a computer game,
Yeah.
people don't think it's civil. Yes.
I know. Same logic. It's a computer game from higher self level. Like, fine. Like, I don't know. Any of those are
Same logic. Yeah, killing goblins in World of Warcraft is the same as Hitler for the Holocaust. You hypocrites.
Hi, hello, and welcome to my spaceship, vegan aliens only, and if you've had your wisdom teeth removed, please lower your voice when you speak to me. If you don't understand anything of what I've just said, well, don't worry, because a month ago, I wouldn't have
Alright, here we go. Let's see. This is the... I can't find the clips anywhere else right now, so right now, completely reliant on the YouTubers here to bless me with this info. I want to see these readings. Thanks to Tier 1 Mid, and the resub Van, Ham, and thanks Kyle. And 40k seems like something fun. I just still haven't gotten into it yet.
version of the Matrix will be the default one. The 5th version of the Matrix is actively being incubated, and according to Maria, it's showing really good signs and is looking promising.
Now there is a new version of the Matrix that's being currently incubated. The 5th version of the Matrix.
Matrix
And,
5?
That one is showing signs of really good promise, so...
Maria mentions having a direct...
Wait a minute, I need to go to our website. There's a Matrix 5 dropping? It was This Is Maria. So this is where she does her readings. She is the CEO of Scentbird, which I think many of you have probably seen through YouTube sponsors. They were pretty big on influencer marketing, from what I recall. Here we go. I've broken into the 5th Matrix now. I think this has everything. How do I play sound? Oh, here it is.
Is not at all negative, but it is everything. So when you are inviting black into your body, you're not inviting demons, God forbid. You're not inviting evil into your body. You are inviting this moldable substance that contains all life inside, that contains all light inside, that contains the entire spectrum of everything.
Okay, she's about to cast a hollow purple. I don't really care about that. Where did she do, like, the spiritual readings? Like, where she talks about Hitler and everything? I don't need to know about her curse technique. I hope you enjoy it, Suzia. Is she a witch? I imagine she would like to think people... I believe she would like people to think she is. But no. Why? Where are these? I'm on her website and I still don't see anything. You can do private sessions or live events. Her next one is July 28th. Even private retreats.
direct connection to the architect and that he wanted her to make this specific podcast episode on parallel reality / the multiverse. And when I first saw this, I was stunned. I mean, I'm in the presence of an architect, of the Great Architects Council of Light, but sadly that
is big.
isn't the case.
That is
that
big.
You're automatically crushed while listening to her guided meditation for an ultimate womb detox. And
Whoa, an ultimate womb detox? Whoa, hey, hold on, I can use that. So that was a YouTube video. I can definitely find that. Let us all detox our wombs. Thanks to Tier 1 Boom and the resub Beam and Hyper. Ah, here we go. She has a YouTube channel. She doesn't post these on TikTok, it doesn't seem. Alright, that's why it was so hard for me to find. I thought it was only TikToks. Thanks to Tier 1 Pepper and the resub. Clagron and the resub Zinks.
Hello, my darlings, and welcome to Our Sacred Universe, a podcast where we meditate together.
I'm ready.
Today, I wanted to offer you a womb healing practice.
Thank
Our
you.
womb space is where we deposit a lot of our hurt, a lot of our pain, a lot of our suffering. I know usually when we think of the womb, we only think of women, but a womb space, or if you will, our sacral space,
I
is
have
something
that.
everyone has.
I have
and
nipples,
so
Greg.
I
Can you milk me?
invite you, whoever you are, to do a womb healing with me today. Before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping items. If you haven't checked out my book yet,
Oh, hold
it's
on. I don't need the
out.
hashtag ads here. Just give me my womb needs a little bit of assistance here. Okay.
And close your eyes.
Hey, appreciate it,
Imagine that
Belvedere.
you
Yeah, there's a P.O.
are
box.
seated under a large
There's a command for
waterfall.
it. Thanks,
This
Pajama.
waterfall is
I hope it went
majestic
well.
and falling straight from the heavens. Feel the droplets of this waterfall on your skin, all over your body, gently enveloping you in peace and serenity.
I don't need that though. I need womb stuff.
I want you to imagine how the water of this
Lame.
womb area
Oh, here we go.
in your lower belly. Keep breathing in and out.
Imagine I just have a full
using
body
the
orgasm
power
from
of
this.
your breath to ground and center yourself. Invite the healing vibrations of the universe to enter the sacred space of your womb.
How
through
do
your
how,
breath.
see? Like we skip a step. How do I invite the healing vibrations of the universe to fuck my womb or whatever? Like, what do I do? Like, how do I send out the distress signal? That's where these guided meditations always fall apart for me. Like, they make it sound like it's so easy that I can just call upon healing vibrations. Like, I'm not a shaman. Like, can you call it for me? Book a reservation. Yeah, what availability do the healing vibrations have in the universe? I imagine they're probably pretty booked up. I forgot. I didn't even check. Why are you detoxing your womb? It sounded helpful. If you're just tuning in, to give you context, this individual, Maria, is the CEO of Scentbird, which is actually a pretty big company, or at least it was. I don't know if it still is. And according to Chatter, the Scentbird CEO has found herself into some controversy because of this line of work, where apparently she was saying that Hitler wasn't bad through her spiritual guru sessions. And I'm trying to locate that, but I'm getting all like sidetracked here, going through these alternate branching paths in the visual novel. So I'm still looking for that, but it's such an interesting tangent. So here, you know, I'll stop detoxing my womb. I think more than effective. Probably already
Hello,
finished that. A new era is upon us, why your soul chose to be here, and what the end times are all about.
Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to This is Maria. In this episode, we're talking about the ending of the cycle, the time that we find ourselves in right now, why this time is so special, why it is absolutely not random that you have shown up on planet Earth right now. What are we ending? What are we beginning? And I will share a few interesting facts and peculiarities, if you will, around how souls usually plan incarnations in the times that we live in. What determines how higher selves
membership
think
manual.
about what is important, what experiences are pivotal as, you know, they are going through an incarnation on Earth in this pivotal time. Now, before we dive in, I wanted to let you know that apart from making videos like this one, I also host healing circles. There's usually about one circle every other month, or about one circle a month
Okay. I don't need the ad. Just
that are
tell me what the end times are.
converging in this one spot, in this one time and place, if you will. And so it's a number of circles or cycles that are ending.
I have not
and
seen
then
that, Cam. When was
hopefully
that?
we'll begin anew. One of the transition.
All right, I'm already tuned out here. Where is the really wacky shit? The dark truth about coffee: it is a toxin that darkens your aura. What? Coffee is bad for your aura? Is it? Damn it. captivating.
Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria. Please subscribe below so we can be YouTube friends. Today we're talking about coffee, specifically coffee from the spiritual perspective. I will share what my...
Why? It's such an interesting thing. Like, we need to analyze coffee from a more spiritual perspective here. Why would you ever do that? Who cares?
guides have said, spirit guides that is, about coffee,
Tyler.
how much and if I am drinking coffee, and what I would geeking up to for coffee is one of those products that darkens your auric field.
Okay.
It darkens your light bodies.
Naturally.
What does it mean? So essentially, when coffee gets into your physical body, it impacts more than your physical. It impacts your energy. Obviously, we know that. That's why a lot of us have coffees, because we want to pick me up. We want an energy spike.
Yeah,
but
it's a stimulant.
When coffee is giving us an energy spike, it also darkens our aura as it does. As it works with our body. So it's almost like when coffee gets into your aura, it creates these little anchors or these little dots of itself. It's almost like it gives an energetic imprint into your body.
What?
And though that energetic imprint is kind of what causes an addiction, because it's gonna...
The energetic imprint is what causes an addiction, and it darkens our aura through that. How the fuck does it touch my aura? How in the world?
It's gonna start making you want to reach out for the next cup, the next cup, and the next cup. But not only that, over time it really darkens your aura in the same way that, like, physically, on the physical level, it darkens yellows your teeth. Energetically, it darkens your aura. What is the problem with a darkened aura? A lot of things. When we are in the spiritual path, and in general, if you think about the evolution of souls, and I'm going to go very lofty, and then we're going to come down for a quick second. When our souls evolve, like at soul level, when you evolve,
okay,
over time what ends up happening to your soul is you accumulate more and more light in your body. So you grow and expand, and you grow and expand by accumulating more light and kind of releasing darkness, if that makes sense. Over here,
it makes so much sense, actually.
A lot of things in your life are dependent on how much light you can hold within your body, especially if you're on spiritual path. For people that are able to hold on a lot of light in their auric fields, their spiritual gifts open up. Their abundance channels open up. Their talents open up. Essentially, like, their higher selves come through, and then the body is considered clean, so your higher self is willing to inhabit more of your physical body.
What is happening?
And therefore, you will always have connected. You become a channel. So in other words, when you are in a spiritual path, when you are in a path of awakening, how much light you can hold in your etheric body, in your light bodies, if you will.
That's a lot to process. She's blowing the lid wide open on what it means to be alive. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Harley. I don't know how to help with your drivers, though. Okay, let's just... coffee's bad. That's what I took away from that. Now I know. C-section babies have to hear this message? Just C-section babies? Your higher self gave you this name for a reason. I mean, it's my dad's name. Is that the reason my higher self gave it to me? These are so interesting. I'm never going to find the video where she's apparently talking about Hitler. I'm just going to keep going down these wacky fucking titles. Why did my higher self name me Charles?
Hello, my darlings.
I feel like it's because it's my dad's name.
This is Maria. The topic for today is Maria.com. All right, the mystery of the name. This is kind of a fun topic.
It's not a mystery.
That is
it's just not a mystery for, like, most people.
I don't think it would be a surprise for those of you that have listened or have been listening to me for a while.
Crazy. The tier
that
one
names are not random. In fact, nothing is. Your higher self goes to great length to plan everything around your upcoming incarnation. And that planning is quite meticulous. So your higher self is very particular around which parents it wants to be born to, what country, what city,
etc., etc., the level of income of your parents, what traumas they have, etc. So everything is done.
Oh, I meant to look into that
in
blah blah. I haven't
accordance
checked it out
with
yet,
the
though.
vibrational
With those
law,
new
the law
rules.
of resonance, right? So there must be a resonance between how your higher
you said
self
toe.
feels and the experiences that it is looking for and what your current family can provide. Interestingly enough, the selection of the name is just as important as the selection of the birthday, if not more important in some ways, because a lot of your identity, right, a lot of your ego is a fixed identity, is going to be built around your name, whether you realize
Must be
this or
amazing,
not.
Scott. Yeah.
Some of your major traumas can become very apparent
Oh, you
through
might be
how
onto
you
something,
feel
Astro.
about your name, whether you accept your name or you don't. For the people that don't love their name, it is usually an aspect within themselves that they are denying. So essentially, anytime you display any kind of the vowels and the consonants in the name through the letters in the name connects you to certain aspects of universal flow, universal energy, if you will.
Huh?
And because you're so attached in a good way to your name, you have a claim over those energies.
Okay, I claim all of the energies of C-H-A-R-L-E and S. No one else can have them. That's my domain now, and I'm kicking everyone else out. I have become your tyrant. Unleash the magic of your birthday. Rituals and practices that will make it extra special. Rituals, huh? Am I gonna summon the dead? Eliminate pain and heal a specific organ or part of your body. Teaching you how to use the force. Are you a star seed? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna be fucking stun locked on this all night. Where is the one where she talks about Hitler? Can you just go ahead and skip to the final season here? She has something about masturbation. Well, that darkens your aura. I already know that. I'm familiar with the aura spiritual channels of the universe. Or the masturbation spiritual channels of the universe, pardon me. I'm just gonna type in, see if I can find it. Not the masturbation. Actually, the masturbation too. Fuck it, let me see. Can't find the full video, but Kaya's World's video has a clip of it at 50 seconds. Alright, if I can't find the full one, I'll check it out there. Yeah, I don't see anything there. One thing that did come up, though, is called the Karma of Atlantis. It's time to release it. Here's how you can do it right now. Like, raise Atlantis myself? I can do that? I'm far more powerful than I thought. Okay, let's just do the other video then.
Some of my
So 50 seconds.
favorite YouTubers have promoted a brand that normally wouldn't show up on my scam/problematic radar scanner.
Scentbird.
Scentbird.
Scentbird
Yeah, I
is
told you it was a
a
big
new
thing.
subscription
Told you that.
company that at least outwardly looks successful. It's not
Thanks,
an
Your Worship
MLM.
Joshua,
It's
and
not
hey.
promising to cure cancer. So why do I care? It's because the CEO of Scentbird, Maria Nurislamova, stinks.
Our bodies choose to miscarry children.
Oh,
It's not an accident that happens, it's a choice. If people were to align with their life purpose, we would see a lot less cancer on planet Earth. You could heal yourself from any disease. I don't care if it's cancer. I don't care if it's AIDS. It could be whatever. But you could heal yourself in the span of under 7 days.
We're going to talk about the spiritual reasons for being overweight.
Like, look at Hitler. He's one of the poster children for, like, being an evil person. Do you know how many millions of souls benefited from learning from the experience that he has created? So is he evil? Not really. I don't think so.
wow, Maria. Those spiritual sessions are sending you down the loony path. I want to see the. Can I find these like individually? If your heart is open, you can heal any disease. Let me see if I can find that first. Is it her TikTok? You know, hold on. I have TikTok on my phone. I'm in the 21st century. I can look this up. Let me see. I'm just gonna type that in like verbatim and see if it comes up. Oh, here we go.
Right now we're living through a time of a lot of hidden agendas by the powers that be. And those hidden agendas remain hidden because there is not enough heart space energy in humanity to be able to bring them to light. The heart energy is always the energy of light. The heart energy is always the energy that essentially you emanate your energy from the heart. The heart is one of those energies that if your heart is activated internally, you can heal your whole body in a matter.
I will say, if your heart isn't activated, you're probably not watching this video in the first place. You are dead. Most likely. Bearing some, like, very fringe cases.
Of days, you guys. If your heart truly is operating at the level that it is meant to operate for you, you could heal yourself from any disease. I don't care if it's cancer. I don't care if it's AIDS. It could be whatever. But you could heal yourself in the span of under 7 days. That is the power of the heart. It changes your internal ecosystem and it changes your external ecosystem. It just does. It is meant to. It is.
Well, who knew? Who knew? It's like breathing techniques from Demon Slayer, but for your heart. It can do anything.
Designed to. It is a beacon of light. It's the torch. It's the one thing you should follow. The reason being, on this planet Earth, you know, if you want to listen to my episode about the 5-pointed star framework, I think it was either episode 92 or 98, one of those. The next step in the evolution of humanity on this planet in particular is to open up your heart. Everything else is a dead-end scenario. And so far, we're not doing too great. And that's why, for as long as, you know, humanity is going to be gifted a war, and the reaction to the war is not going to be the correct reaction, we're not going to get the hearts of humanity to open. Right now we're living through...
What the fuck does it... What war? What happened? It's just like a bunch of gobbledygook. This is like, there's nothing that binds these statements together. It's just like a random assortment of words that have no real meaning. Thanks for the membership, Nazarim. And Stephanie. Is that right, Puppet? Yeah, I don't know, Astro. Alright, let's see if I can find the Hitler one now. Was there a title for it?
Span of poster child. Children. For his one of the...
The spiritual reasons for being overweight.
Like, look at Hitler. He's one of the poster child. Children.
This one looks like a YouTube video. I'll check her TikTok anyway, but this one appears to be a YouTube video. Oh, sweet. Thanks for that, Joe. And no, I have not seen that drama. Man, this is the problem when I'm looking through pages like this. I get so distracted by so many cool titles. She has one here called Babies Control How Long Their Birth Is. Like, this is unhinged. God damn it.
That's why certain births take so long, is because it's like the baby, like the mother cannot do all the pushing. In other words, or the mother cannot do 100% of the work. The baby also has to participate in the birthing process. And if the baby is in a state of resistance, if the baby is in a state of fear, if the baby doesn't want to access their masculine energies, the birth process is going to take longer. That's why someone...
Wait, what? The baby doesn't want to tap into its masculine energies, so it doesn't want to be birthed? What the fuck? The baby comes out like scoops of, like, creatine. What in the world? Shit's not even born in amniotic fluid, it's just like a bunch of, like, trin. What is this? What is she talking about? This isn't even spiritual. There's a link to the Discord, Bagels. I found the video, look it up, it's called This Is Maria Q&A. Oh, huge, thank you. That's for her Hitler statements, her stance on Hitler. How does God perceive time? Does God have a shadow side? And other questions answered. This one? Oh yeah, here we go.
Hello, hello, dear ones. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Maria. Today we're doing a Q&A video that I've been wanting to do for months, I feel like. Thank you all for submitting your great questions. I know as you are listening to my podcast, watching my videos, things do come up.
Oh, here, it's probably this. Can a higher self be evil?
Can a higher self be evil? How does a higher self guide an incarnation who meant to enact evil?
I have a hard time answering the question about evil because there is such a big gap between how humanity perceives good versus evil and how even beings in the seventh dimension perceive.
The seventh dimension. Who's in the seventh dimension?
The higher self perceives.
Glorbus? Like
let
who?
alone
Who?
How source
Who are you
consciousness
communicating with in the seventh fucking dimension?
From the perspective of source, everything is an experience. From the perspective of your higher self, everything is a learning opportunity.
Thanks, Resub Agadina.
So they're not so quick at putting a label
Thanks, membership V.
a happening, an event, or a circumstance. In fact, they don't like putting the word evil on things.
Why?
And they don't even perceive that as such. In other words, being murdered by someone and murdering somebody, from a perspective of the higher self,
That's a horrible
could
take,
be
Anonymous.
considered
Yikes.
all good, right? Depending on the intention. And here is where the core crux of this issue lies. Let's say you're, and again, not stepping back. Let's say your higher self wants to understand murder.
Should be easy
It's just
to understand.
a fascinating subject for your higher self. If
Okay.
it wants to understand murder,
Jesus Christ.
angle. So your higher self may choose to come as a victim, as the mother of the victim, as the father of the victim,
Why?
as the teacher of the victim.
Why
as
would
the
it want
murderer,
to? So, based on what I've gathered, very limited exposure to her spiritual guru benevolence, it seems like she believes you are the product of your higher self wanting to be experimental. So when something bad happens, it's because your higher self is trying to learn about it. So here, she's using murder as an example. So if you are someone who gets murdered or associated with the victim of a murder, it's because your higher self wanted to be in that position. It was all predestined because your higher self wanted to be present for it, to learn about it. Which is the dumbest idea ever. That's actually the stupidest fucking idea.
for another person. And by the way, look at Hitler. He's one of the poster children for being an evil person. Do you know how many millions of souls benefited from learning from the experience that he has created? So
The
here,
world serpent has awakened? Like a tier one
look
hell
at
and Goldie.
a character like him and be like, oh, he's completely evil. And upstairs, his experience was one of the greater, sources of knowledge of 3D planet Earth warfare.
3D planet Earth warfare.
And that is benefiting
What?
so many different souls on their.
This is a very interesting take, Maria. So, there's a lot to unpack there, Maria. There's a lot to process. The healing vibrations of the universe have not been kind to her frontal lobe. Wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Evolutionary path. So is he evil? Not really. I don't think so.
So interesting. So just it means that some higher selves choose to take this path, and it seems like it's maybe a bit less desirable than other ones because we don't have that many murderers and mass murderers especially, right? But they still choose to do so for their own development.
Well, do you want me to give you an even better example?
Yeah.
That was an incredible
Do you
example,
think playing
Maria.
World of Warcraft is evil because you're killing things?
Like in a computer game,
Yeah.
people don't think it's evil, yes.
I know. Same logic. It's a computer game from a higher self level. Fine. I don't know. Any of those
Same logic. Yeah, killing goblins in World of Warcraft is the same as Hitler for the Holocaust. You hypocrites. What an interesting character she is. Her higher self has very much done her a great justice. Her enlightenment is astounding. She's trolling? I don't know, she has a whole career based out of this, and apparently you can even pay for these sessions privately. But her main hustle is Scentbird, which, again, is a pretty popular product, or at least it was for a little while. She's the CEO of it. Or at least was.
RPG games. I think RPG is what they're called, right? Where you go and murder you know, all kinds of beings.
They're not
which way for
beings.
Sunday,
They're
with all kinds
pixels.
of weapons, and you're like, I need this strength, and I need this skill, and let me have this gun, and I want a bigger gun, and even more bullets, and blah blah blah. I mean, you go in, you may have murdered 1,000 beings.
They're not
on the
beings.
screen,
They're not real.
and then you go on your merry way, and nobody's pointing a finger at you at work and being like, this is a mass murderer. But how is that any different? So that's what I'm
That's
saying.
so
like,
good.
What we perceive as
Oh
evil
my god.
is not the same experience. Now, you as an avatar, right? You as a person who chooses to play a game, you choose what game you want to play, right? Like, you may go and play Candy Crush. You may go.
She's so fascinating. Like like she's dangerously stupid. Like actually stupid to a level where it could be harmful to people around her. Like there's nothing wrong with being like harmlessly dumb, but when you start to cross the threshold, the event horizon that she is, she's to the point where like she is actually probably a threat to the safety of those around her. Yeah, like even her co-host is laughing at that. Oh, I love TennoCon. Yeah, I'll absolutely be watching TennoCon. And yeah, I always do cheer. I think Warframe is just an amazing game. Agreed, Caden. Thanks, membership, Doc. All right, we don't have to continue down this rabbit hole. I'll stop. I'll stop. This kind of shit though is always just so interesting to me. Like I don't know how you get to that point. Real life is only a game. All you are just NPCs. I'm the main character. And yeah, that's it. Hey, appreciate it, Kayla. The co-host is her husband, who is also co-founder and CPO of Scentbird. That must be a great relationship. Honey, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee. And Maria comes out, no! Slaps the coffee mug out of his hands. It's gonna darken your aura! Remember what happened when you killed that level 6 thug in World of Warcraft? You're just like Hitler!